What's up guys, Adrian with Scrape Creators here, and today I'm going to show you how to scrape the LinkedIn ad library. So this is the LinkedIn ad library here, and if you search for like Microsoft, which is what we're going to be doing, then you get all of these ads, and it would be really nice if you could just get these programmatically as JSON and then do whatever you want with them. So track your competitors' ads, see what they're running, see what like the CTA is, like this, and then where the link that they're directing them is to, all of that good stuff. Advertiser, you can get some more information on some of these, but most of them, you can get like ad impressions and stuff, but most of them you can't. And then obviously you can filter by country, date, etc. So would be really nice to get that in JSON, and I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to be using Scrape Creators API for that. So this is my product that we're going to be using, but it has this endpoint where we can search for the ads right here. And then you get all of the different parameters, or you can search for all these different parameters just like you can in the UI. So here you can search by company or by keyword, and then by country and date. So then we have those as well. Company, keyword, countries, start date, end date, and then pagination token, so you can paginate and get more results. And then here are the different language examples. And then you can even copy for AI and then have AI write it for you. But since I already know how to do it, then I'm just going to write it myself. And then here are the responses of what the response will look like. And you can enlarge that to make it look a little bit more readable. So first, let us try and search for some ads. So I already have some of the code written, and this is going to be written in JavaScript or Node.js, but you can probably copy and paste this for ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT can convert it into whatever language you would like. Now I have, some of it written here, and let's just go over a little bit of it. So first I have this file called apis.js, and I find that it's easier if I have each of the scraper things in a separate function. So the first scraper thing is going to be, or scraper endpoint, is going to be search LinkedIn ad library. And so for that, we can pass in quite a few things. So what I'm doing is, this is kind of subtle, but I'm like destructuring this, meaning I'm putting this like in an object instead of putting them in as params. So you just get rid of that curly brace. But anyway, so we're passing it, and all of this code will be available as well in the description. I have a bunch of examples. So this is just one big repo with different examples, and this file will be LinkedIn ad library. So yeah, we're passing in all of the different params, and then we have the base URL, which is the api.scrapecreators.com/v1/linkedin/ads/search. Then we have all these different query parameters that we could have. And then this looks a little bit funky because we don't know which one is going to be first. So the query parameters, we have to use a question mark for the first one, and then an and for the other ones. So this is just helping us do that. We're pushing them all into an array, and then saying whichever one's first, put the question mark, and then join the rest with an and. So yeah, that's what's happening there. And then we have to have an X API key header for this to work. And then in this .env over right here, which I don't want you to see because I have my API keys, then that has our API key, so then we can make those requests. And then if you go to app.scrapecreators.com, you can get your API key. And then there's even a playground there, which is probably easier. So you can make all these requests in a nice UI, and then you can copy and paste and stuff like that. And then, so we're going to be using Axios for this, and then just return response.data. And boom, should be good to go. So then the function, we're going to set a limit of how many max results that we want to get. And then we're going to push all of the results into this all search results array. And then we have this pagination token, which we can reassign. That's why we're naming it let. And we should probably say this one's const. Const you can't reassign. Then we have our search terms here. And we can only do company or keyword. That's why I'm going to comment out one of them. And then we just put these all in a while loop. So while the all search results length is less than max, then just continue. And then we call that function that I just showed you. So the search LinkedIn ad library. So I think we can, yeah. If we click that, we go over and we go right there. So I'm going to log the search result response just so you can see it. And then we're going to push all of those ads into search result.ads. So there's an ads key that we want to key into. And then if there's a pagination token, then reassign that to get the pagination token. Else, there must not be any more pages, and just break it off. And then we're going to log all the search results and then write them to a file called test.json, just so we can see them, see it a lot easier than just in the terminal. So to run this, we just run node LinkedIn ad library and then pray that it works. Boom. So we're only getting, 10 results. I don't think we're going to be paginating at all. So let's check that out. And then we're also going to put this as 100 and just see the pagination in action. This is pretty cool. You can see all of this information here. And there's even more detailed information in the ad details, which we will get to later. For now, let's just check out if it actually worked. So we asked RSM about something. We asked RSM about their ROI. Look at all these acronyms. We asked RSM about their ROI. What the heck? Like, what does that even mean? Why is that an ad? But yeah, it looks like we're getting that one. And then how did Neosystems? So pretty cool. And you can see like the poster, who is Microsoft AI Cloud Partner Program. So that's the poster. And then, you can get like the link right there. The URL to the actual ad library detail. So like this one. And then, the CTA is live from Ignite. RSM talks SPLA modernization. Like, they might as well be speaking Spanish because that's crazy. Let's paginate first with Microsoft just to see that in action. So we have that. And then you can see that pagination token. And they even provide is last page. That's nice. So we're going to keep paginating. Boom. So that should have returned 100. So if we go down here, then that looks like quite a lot. Now let's do, search result for scraping. And we only want 10. We don't want to wait around forever for this. We're going to clear that and then run it again. Company is not defined. Maybe we should do that right there. Keyword. Boom. So let's see what we have here. Here is a great example if we wanted like the ad impressions and all of this information, like ran from and until, and then the ad targeting. It's pretty interesting, right? Why are they targeting the Netherlands? Who knows? But that is a great example for us to use for the ad details. Now to show you the example, then let's get ad detail. And then we want this one specific one. And then, I don't know if this is the exact name. Okay, it looks like it is. So let's log that ad detail. And we created this function earlier. I created this function earlier. So we are going to be using this endpoint, add details, LinkedIn ad library add details, and it's /v1/LinkedIn/ad. So you can see that right there. And then you pass in the URL. So this URL of the ad, and then you get back all of this good information. So as you can see, it's pretty nice. Get the targeting. Targeting includes English, Netherlands, something, the image, advertiser LinkedIn page. Let's just check this puppy out. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Ad duration ran from April 17th to April 19th. And then what's nice is I actually break out the start and end date for you, so you don't have to parse that yourself. So you just get this nice date format. Total impressions is less than 1,000, and you can see impressions by country, Netherlands, impressions 82%, Turkey 8%, and then destination URL, you can see it right there, including their query parameters for the campaign. Let's try to just get all of the ad details also. So if we want to get all of the ad details, we can do this like in batches to make it faster. So batch equals this, and then we write for loop, and then it always screws this up, cursor that is. So batch dot push, and we want to push that function call. Then add library detail, and then if batch.length equals, let's say 50, or this is the last item, then we're going to call promise.all on that batch, get all the results, and we need to create another function that says like all add details, and then we need to push that add details, and then this. So add details right now is an array, and we want to just push in all of these separate items, so that's how that we do that there. So let's see how that works out. So if we just do the same one with Microsoft and those 10, let's see what happens. So then it's getting the add details. It's going to take a little bit. Boom. So hopefully we have them all there. So it looks pretty similar, since the Microsoft ones don't give you a lot of details, but as you can see, it's getting like impressions by country, etc. And let's actually just test this with scraping, because I think that gives more interesting results. Yeah, so you can see those different impressions. Yeah. So that's it. And if you have any questions or want me to add anything that's missing, email me, adrian@thewebscrapingguy.com. And if you need APIs for other like social medias or ad libraries, then we have pretty much everything covered, like every social media, every ad library, except TikTok right now. And yeah, we even have Truth Social, Threads, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever you're looking for, X, Twitter. So check that out, scrapecreators.com, and thanks.